And good middle of the day to you. How you doing? Glad to have you here on this cold Tuesday afternoon. No, it's not snowing right. No, let me cut this. Let me cut this down. It's not snowing presently. We are expecting more snow today. I got up this morning. I went on the air at 6 o'clock Central Time. It was 3 degrees. Then it broke down to 1 degree. Now we're having a heat wave in Memphis. It's 10 degrees here in the city of Memphis. We're expecting more snow and ice into the city. I've been out there. Mel's car was on the edge of the drive, and she found an old Eskimo coat of mine that you can't feel no air in. She found it somewhere in the closet. I hadn't had that coat on since 2006. I bought it when Obama was elected, and I went to the inauguration. And it was 17 degrees in D.C. And I purchased that coat, and I haven't had it on since. In fact, I haven't had it on now. Mel put my coat on that's too big for her, but I guess it kept her warm. But we're here. We're here, and I'm ready to give you only an hour of my time. Only 1 hour. But let me say this as I go into the program. I noticed on my timeline today there's a lot of complaining going on by folk that's always critical of anything, especially ministry. And people were complaining because of the fact that they were saying that there are 5,000 churches in Memphis, probably a little bit more. And the churches were now opening and letting people come in out of the cold into the churches. Okay. And I read that. And more than likely, those statements come from people who don't go to nobody's church, don't give to anybody's ministry. Now, let me explain something to you for those of you who are totally unaware and you're just running out at your damn mouth because it just sounds like something that you need to say. The churches won't allow people to come in and sleep out of the cold. First of all, let me explain to you that you cannot open a warming center without the proper conditions. That's first of all. Second of all, when you bring people in to your church for that particular purpose, your church has to maintain a certain amount of insurance. You have to have liability insurance in place. There is a liability that the church takes on when they bring people into their facility. If you fall, that's a liability. If there is a fight in the church by the people that you bring in and somebody gets hurt, that's a liability. If someone is raped in your building, that is a liability. Okay. Also, you need to understand that when persons come in, you have to have cots. You have to have something for the people to sleep on besides the floor. Okay? That's the law. You got to have something for the people to sleep on. Where are they supposed to get the cots from? Who's supposed to purchase the cots? Okay? Yeah. Who's going to purchase the cots? Y'all don't believe in giving to ministries. Many of you don't. Who's going to be there to supervise what's going on? Who's going to buy the food to feed them? So many of you just running off at your dick sucker and don't even know what you're talking about. I am always adverse to anything negative that the church is doing. I'm the first one to talk about it. If pastors need to be exposed, I'm the first one to do that. But many of you that are complaining, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You cannot just let people into your building. Now, here's a question that I ask you, for those of you that's complaining. Why hasn't the mayor in this city and the mayor in your cities opened up City Hall? Plenty of room on the main floor of City Hall. The city has the money, the revenue to buy cots. There are people in the city of Memphis that outside of City Hall sleep outdoors every night. They set tents up every night. These people have went and purchased their own tents. And they sleep outdoors of City Hall every night. Why haven't your politicians done something? On the back of City Hall, there's a big giant generator that heats City Hall. Homeless individuals sleep outside on the ground next to that generator. How come they haven't opened up the, community centers? They're all over the city. Why haven't they opened up the community centers? Put cots in them. Why haven't they opened up schools all over the city, in every neighborhood? Put cots in them. But many of you are quick to jump on what the church needs to do. Y'all quick to want to jump on the church needs to do this. Okay? You don't just open up buildings and bring people in. There are processes. But you motherfuckers that's complaining, how many folk have you invited to come to your damn house and stay? How many of you that's complaining have taken a plate today to somebody that may be homeless or sleeping outdoors? Not a motherfucking one of you. But you want to complain about what the church is not doing. You haven't had, not in this city, you haven't had a black politician that went on the news and said, I'm going to bring the homeless to my house. I got all this excess campaign money. I'm going to be responsible for some cots. Let's open up. See, the city council and the majority of the city council in this town is black. Ain't now, and I said nan, ain't damn one of them black motherfuckers said, let's bring them into City Hall. Damn what the mayor want. If you get a majority vote of the city council and said, this is what we're going to do, this has to be done. Yes, the mayor can say it. But his ass is not going to say anything. You black motherfuckers that voted for Jim Strickland, you didn't want the black man in office. You voted for his ass because he persuaded you that he'd go and play basketball at the community center with the little black children. His ass way more than me. You ain't jumping up and playing no goddamn basketball. Hell, I'm 3, and he got to be more than that. But that's what you wanted. Me and my children tried to feed the homeless, and the police told us we couldn't do it without a permit. I ain't heard that one. Because folks feed the homeless every day without a damn permit. We got people in this city, right by City Hall, sleeping under the bridge, sleeping in the alleys. Has the church done their job? I don't know. You know what your church is doing or what your church is not doing. But your church cannot just bring people into the building. You set yourself up for lawsuit. Jay's mom, get off my motherfucking thing. Talking about you sending a request. I don't do requests. Your politicians. Okay. If you won't feed the hungry, you can feed the hungry. It's done here all the time without a permit. You ain't got to have no permit to feed nobody unless you're selling food. If you're selling food, you have to have a permit to sell food. But you do not have to have a permit to go out and say, "Huh, man, here's a plate for you. Here's something for you to eat." So why y'all complaining? Know what you're talking about. And there hasn't been anybody in this town that's been more critical of what churches need to do than me. Quit calling me if I wanted to talk to you, 270-1064, I'd talk to you. I'm talking right now. When the police officer said that to you, Talanda, I don't know whether you're in Memphis or not, you should have asked for his supervisor. Okay? There is a liability. The churches have to. Y'all ain't giving no money at the church. But you always want to talk about what the church is supposed to do. And it's always the folks that ain't a member of nobody's church that's always talking. Somebody made a point. 5,000 churches in Memphis. You're right. Probably more than that. That was just the ones they could find. But ain't nobody going to take on that insurance debt. Okay? You won't go to church, what is wrong? But you want the church to do all of this. Bring them to your house. If some man rapes a woman at your church, you are going to be, not only are you going to be sued, you could be held liable for even allowing, not having the proper supervision there to do that. When the flood happened in New Orleans, a lot of people came up from New Orleans and went to several churches in this area. But those churches had liability insurance for that. They had police officers and security. You got to have security on staff. It's more than just open up your building. Say, you go sleep in that corner. You got to have cots. By law, you got to have cots for them people to lay on. Who going to pay for them? Yes, there are agencies that will supply, like the Red Cross, they will supply you with a limited number of cots if they haven't. But you got to have cots. You got to have insurance. So quit complaining when you don't know what the fuck you talking about. Huh?
Somebody got to be there 24 hours.
Yeah, somebody got to be on duty 24 hours. You got to watch the people. Okay? But I get tired of people always complaining about shit. You don't know what the hell you're talking about. This city has the funds to do it. They got government funds to do it. There are local funds to do it. Well, the church all paid the liability. Why? Why? Didn't nobody know it's going to get down to no 1 degree in Memphis, Tennessee? But you're not a member of the church. You're not going to give to the ministry. So where's the money supposed to come from? They ain't going to give you the insurance free. Right. Some people get to wandering off and going into rooms they shouldn't go into and steal, fucking in the church, smoking dope in the church, because you're bringing the elements from the streets into your building. And you have a right to maintain a certain amount of decorum in your building. That's your building. So I'd set some of y'all straight. Quit talking. Because some of y'all don't know nothing. You just complain. And you have to have security. Because somebody's going to be drunk. Then poor little Deacon, old Deacon Jones, you can't do that in here in this building. And they're going to hit Deacon Jones. And if you hit him back, there's a liability that you have that could cost your building, your church, hundreds of thousands of dollars. But if you're that concerned, go pick them up in your car. Let them sleep on your couch. Let them sleep in your bed. You got to check for weapons. Some of them are going to want to bring their dogs with them. No. Okay. But isn't it strange that you want to demand this of the church, but you don't demand this of your politicians in your government-owned buildings? I just thought I'd start the program off with that today. Okay. Okay. So stop talking about stuff you don't know what's going on. I'm hearing in Dallas and in Houston, they're cutting y'all electricity off in spurts to save the electricity. That's crazy as hell. That man, I've had water running since Friday. The water bill gonna be a little high. That's the price you pay. Rebecca, you're in Houston, aren't you? Y'all having rolling blackouts. That does not make sense to me. For how long y'all having blackouts? Do they cut all your power off, or they just cut your electricity off? I see 2 or 3 people from Houston. They just are they just cutting your electricity off? And how long do they keep your electricity off? It's 10 degrees in Memphis now. I don't know what it is. I think it's happening in Texas too. Well, Houston is in Texas. Like I said, my power been off since 5 p.m. yesterday. Is that... Ma'am, call me so we can get an understanding of that. 901-231-9239. 901-231-9239. Because I want to understand what's going on in Houston. Because see, if they're giving you these rolling cutoffs, and you've been off since 5 o'clock yesterday, I don't know what the temperature is in Houston, but it's cold here. I got the heat up on about 75 right now. I can barely feel it. Yeah, I want clarity on the rolling cutoffs. I'm in Baton Rouge. My power has been out. Here's somebody from Louisiana calling me. Let's see.
Karen. To accept.
Go ahead, Sharon.
Hey, this is Karen Pastor. I came
Karen.
down here in Houston. So they're saying it's not blackout.
So, how long have you been blacked out in Houston?
Thank God I've had lights and water. Our pressure has went down a little bit. I'm in the Missouri City area. So I've had, but a lot of people, millions of people in the state of Texas don't have electricity because of the grid on how they say it's built.
Because of how what is built, ma'am?
So they're saying there are 3 major sources of electricity in the United States.
Okay.
The East Coast has a grid. The West Coast has grids with states on it.
Okay.
Texas is in their own grid.
Okay.
So we don't borrow electricity from other states. Like I'm originally from Louisiana. Louisiana is in a grid with a bunch of states. So if they go without power, then they can borrow from another state. They can pull and push electricity around real easily. But because Texas decided to, I guess 20 years ago, go it alone and avoid some type of federal regulation, they're in a grid by themselves. So a lot of the uses of the electricity, like the wind turbines, because of the freezes, snow and rain, they've gone offline. So that decreases the amount of electricity that can be put out. And so with the usage that we're having, it's a lot of usage, not enough coming in. And so they're not even calling it blackout, rolling blackouts. People are just without power for hours, days.
So when your power is out, it's because they're saying that they don't have enough power in the grid?
Yes, they don't have enough to pull from.
All right.
There's too many people on there.
All right. How long have you been without power?
I'm good. I have power, thank God.
Okay.
A lot of my neighbors, a lot of friends.
So, for the average person who is without power because of the grid, how long are they out?
Some people in my neighborhood have been out since the storm started 2 days ago, like 36 hours ago. over 24 hours. Some people have been without power. Going on 2 days now, some people.
So, what does your politicians say to the people about that?
So, the local mayor Turner's over Houston, he can't take responsibility for it because it's not a local thing. It's a state. It's at the state level. Even the federal government can't take blame for it because 20 years ago they did this to not be regulated by the federal government. So
Okay.
it's the state leaders that are, and it's a, I forgot the name of they have a company they call Echo or Xbox or something that's over the power, that distributes the power to the people like Centerpoint. So there's middlemen involved, and then there's a distribution company that's involved. So it's higher up, but it's all state.
So you're dealing with state regulations. Y'all need to get some. Y'all need to get some generators.
Yeah, and I live in an apartment, so it's like I was thinking about getting a
Somebody said it's called ERCOT. Somebody from Houston.
That's the name. ERCOT is the name of the company.
Yes.
That sounds right. Some people have died because of carbon monoxide poisoning, trying to heat their homes with their cars in the garage. They had a fire with a lady and some kids. A man and 2 kids passed away. So it's kind of it's dire for some people. So we're just praying, But it's a big issue here in Texas.
Yeah, because it's the Electric Reliability Council of Texas. Now, these areas that are going out, are they mixed areas, or are they a predominantly black area or a predominantly white area? Do you know?
It's a mixed areas. I live in the area, Missouri City, Sienna Plantation, and these people are really wealthy out here, and their lights are going out too. They're not discriminating on whose lights going out. It's everybody. It could be a neighbor across the street. I don't know how it goes, because like we've had lights in the front of my subdivision, but people in the back, they don't have lights, and they live just as better than anybody else around here. And we have different electric companies, but they're saying it doesn't even depend on the electric company, because they'll have multiple choices of who you can have electricity with. It's not monopolized. Like, I'm from Louisiana. And in Louisiana, the city only covers electricity. So everybody has electricity with the city. But here, they have different companies that have distributed electricity.
Well, that's the same way it is here in Memphis. There's only one utility company here in the city of Memphis. But I would urge the people in your area or in these areas to go out and get generators, because it just you can't stay warm. You can't.
Yeah, and now the gas is going up. Some people said that there is price gouging the gas because they're running out of gas. A lot of places are not even open for food. People are waiting hours in line to go through a Burger King, or it's just gonna look crazy.
It was so cold here yesterday. McDonald's closed, so you know it's closed. Kroger's, which is a chain of grocery stores, is closing at 6:00. The buses stopped running this morning at 10:00. So this part of the country is not used to real cold temperatures.
Yeah, and that's what they were saying about the electricity. They usually amp it up for the hurricane season, where they have more electricity for that type of situation. But for cold weather, it only happens every 100 so years. So would it even be feasible for them to look into even amping it up after this? Because it only happens every so often. But when people's lives are involved, I just can't see we're in 2020 and we have to discuss, who's going to have electricity, who's going to live, and who's going to die because they can't afford, or we don't have the sources to keep everybody electricity on during a winter storm.
Well, thank you for sharing with us that particular information. And
Well, thank you for being concerned, Pastor.
yeah,
We love you here.
thank you, baby. And y'all stay warm, baby.
We will.
Get you some
I
killers.
will.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Pastor.
Yeah. All right, boy. This is a bad time to be in the house with somebody you don't like. Shit, you can't get out. You can't get away. But thank you for that information. I hadn't heard about it. Mel was telling me about it last night, and I couldn't understand why you're cutting the power out. It would seem that with this happening, that you turn on more power, give it all the power that you have. Check on your loved ones, check on your dogs and stuff, and anybody that is out in the cold. But I really in this city, and I ain't even hit the topic I was gonna do it at 12 o'clock. But this is fine. This is my show. I can change the subject if I want to. In this city, we have people that sleep under the expressways. Normally, and I don't know whether the admissions, the shelters are changing. Normally, in the shelters, give me a number for Memphis Union so I can call and find out. Normally, it costs an individual at least $7 to go into the shelter. Memphis Union mentioned. Give me a number for that. I don't know where my pen at. This one made right. So,
The one on Popular.
huh?
The one on Popular.
The one now?
The one on Popular.
Yeah, ain't but one. If you're unemployed and you're homeless, 526
526-8403.
840. Let me call and see if they're charging.
Please hold while I try to connect you. Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Norma Chalman. No one is available.
Is this the number?
I don't care what
526-8403.
you 526-8403.
Yeah, this is yeah. Maybe it goes to somebody's desk because I was interested in finding out as to whether it causes yeah, if it's because normally there's a charge.
Please hold while I try to connect you.
I guess it's,
call has been forwarded to the voicemail for.
Because I wanted to see something. What are shelters?
That shows more than one. It shows one on Tillman Street.
I'm talking about real shelters. I ain't talking about none of these.
You know what I'm saying? It says Memphis Union Mission.
On Tillman?
It says 170 Tillman Street.
Give me that number.
It'll give you, it's the same number.
The same number?
It's the same number.
Okay. I was looking for one of the missions, and I know that there are probably men that are looking for places to stay, and some of them ain't got $7. So I was going to put at least 10 men. I was going to cash out them enough for 10 men to put it into the shelters. I don't know if any of these other shelters that we can put someone in. What is this? Give me that number. That's what. This is the one on.
I just Googled it.
Is it this Memphis Union Mission, or is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's gonna be the same number. They're charging $6 a night, and I'll put in. I'll send them money for at least 10 men. But I don't know of any other shelter right now. I'm trying to, like I said, I was trying to call the Memphis Union Mission. Is that the only number that they have?
That's all it shows.
And I'll take care of 10 men myself. Because I know it's a men, if they're still charging, that's a men still on the streets that ain't got the money. Okay. They don't have the money. Those parks right in there. Those parks right now are normally full of men in the park. What happened to the days when folk answered the telephone?
They did.
I mean, you get these answering services. Give me a number for Salvation Army on damn, I don't think they own Camilla no more.
Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for Norma Chalman. No one is available to take your call. At the tone.
Okay. See if you can give me Salvation Army.
Okay, it shows one on Jackson Avenue.
Huh?
Shows one on Jackson Avenue. Then it shows a adult rehabilitation center.
I don't want the adult I want the shelter.
So you got Jackson Avenue. You got 3rd Street.
Give me Jackson Avenue.
It's 543
543
8586.
8586.
Yes.
Sorry. Stacy Glover is unavailable. Record your message at the tone
Well,
when you
goddamn.
are finished.
These are the numbers showing registering up on.
Huh?
These are the numbers registering when you pull up.
Yeah, I mean, but nobody's answering the phones. So how do you assist people and get help for people when nobody answers the damn phone? Okay. Damn. Does the Y still have let me look up something. Business Town. Let's try this one. Whoop.
1535 Benjistown Road. For Brett Campbell, Client Service Coordinator, press 1. For Reg Fowler, Director, press 2. For Nathan Wade, Counselor, press 3. For Jeremy Stanley, Maintenance Director, press 4. To repeat this menu, press pound. To return
missed
to the
all
previous
this.
menu, press star.
You
You have reached Calvary Colony at 4535 Benjistown Road. For Brett Campbell, Client Service Coordinator, press 1. For Reg Fowler, Director, press 2. For Nathan Wade, Counselor, press 3. For Jeremy Stanley, Maintenance Director, press 4. To repeat this menu, press pound. To return to the previous
let me hit
menu,
zero and see if
press
anybody answers.
You've made an invalid selection. You have reached Calvary Colony at 4535.
Okay. Let's see if there's any other shelters. We can try Memphis Union. Let's try here. I mean, you can't even help anybody.
You have reached Calvary Colony at 4535 Benjistown Road. For Brett Campbell, Client Service Coordinator, press 1.
Okay. Man, this is a shame. This is a shame. They'll do cavalry rescue. That's downtown. Let's see what we can get here. Let's try this mission here.
Thank you for calling Calvary Rescue Mission. Please make your selection from the following menu. For our client intake office, press 1. For our financial director, Betty Hatcher, press 2. For our assistant director, Dennis Rutledge, press 3. For our director, Bob Frudiger, press 4. For our house manager, Barry Compton, press 5. For our kitchen, press 6. Thank you and God bless you.
Oh shit. Damn, I hit the wrong button. Whew. Let me call y'all back.
Thank you for calling Calvary Rescue Mission. Please make your selection from the following.
I don't need to go to the city government website. It ain't gonna tell me no more than what I got right now, man.
The person you are trying to reach is unavailable. Leave your message at the tone. Press pound when finished.
So what do you do? Okay. What do you do when you're trying to get assistance or you're trying to help someone get assistance and nobody answers the phone? Okay, what do you do? I want to put 10 people in a shelter. That's personal for me. I want to do that. I'm sure there may be some other people that may want to help as well. But so are we saying that these places that are there to assist people at 10 degrees, you're not answering? And you can't, God damn it, I ain't gotta explain to you what I'm doing. If you're watching the show and you can't figure out what I'm doing, man, shut the fuck up. It's very simple what I'm doing. these homeless people are charged $6 or $7 a night to stay. And how do you get them help? How do you get them help? I'm going to pay for 10. Hell, I might pay for more. But I know I'm going to pay for 10. So, have we been reduced to an age that we don't talk to nobody? You put the phone up. And see, sometimes I think folks just don't answer the goddamn phone because they don't want to talk to you. They don't really want to help nobody. Man, it's crazy. Let me look at another. I didn't even get into what I was going to talk about. I'll talk to y'all this evening. I got a good subject this evening. This is crazy. This is y'all timing out Instagram. I don't know whether you want to come back for this because I'm not really into no real talk. I mean, this is crazy. I will put the this evening at 7. I'm going to be talking about what am I talking about this evening? I'm going to reverse this thing. Yeah, I know what we talked about yesterday. Yesterday we talked about you're dating a woman with 4 or 5 children. Are you obligated to help her with her kids? Tonight at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be talking about, do you love your man enough to be baby mama to all of his outside kids? You want the man to take care of your package. Will you accept his package? Okay. That's what I'm going to talk about this evening at 7 o'clock. All right, Instagram. Give me something to drink, baby. I'm going to bring y'all back. Those of you that want to come, we're going to see if we can get these people some help. I'm going through these shelters. I can't get anybody. Let's try Porter Leaf.
Thank you for calling Porter Lee. Due to inclement weather, our physical offices and sites are closed today, but we are working virtually. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time, or press 3 for an agency directory. For Early Head Start Manassas, press 1. For Sarah's Place, press 2. For the Parent Hotline, press 4. For the HR Department, press 5. Thank you for calling Port Elite.
I don't know who we want to hit. Let's see who else we got. If you are with a shelter, you're affiliated with a shelter, call me. 901-231-9239. Only if you're with a shelter. Don't call to talk to me. Only if you are with a shelter. We want to get some people placed out of the cold. Only if you're with a shelter. 901-231-9239. Yeah, and we don't have a whole lot of shelters in Memphis. And I've tried Memphis Union Mission, Cavalry Rescue Mission. I don't know what to do now. You know what a shelter, brother. You just said something. Don't play on my page. You go on, brother. You know, my objective was to put some people in a shelter. And I hate to try something and don't do it. Let me do some. What? Boy, let's see.
Yes, sir.
Jimmy, what's going on? And I'm on the air. Look, man, what I'm trying.
Let me go into the room where, yeah. All right, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm on the air. Look, I'm trying to put some people in a shelter, but I can't get a direct number to no shelter. Everybody's got a answering service. You have any direct numbers from Memphis Union or any of the other missions other than the switchboard number?
I got to get this computer together. If you give me a few minutes, I can text some numbers to you.
Yeah, text me some numbers because I was going to pay the $6 or $7 for at least 10, 20 men that can get off the streets. Has the county commission made any move as far as getting some of the people off of the streets, especially downtown, and getting them Located somewhere where it's warm.
That's what we're supposed to talk about, and some tomorrow. Not only are we talking about trying to get people back in the schoolhouses, we're trying to show exactly what the impact is and what can we do. Dr. Hosshofter comes and talks to us every Wednesday and Monday concerning those items, and I know that's going to be at least one of my 5 or 6 questions I'm going to have tomorrow. Being a former teacher, I'm definitely going to be talking about how if teachers got to go back in on Monday, what they're doing to make sure and everything.
Yeah, but I'm really, Junior. I really ain't concerned about teachers today. I'm really, I'm concerned about the people that are sleeping outdoors, that are needing these $6 and $7 to get into some of these places, and I know that a lot of these people down, especially downtown, people that are sleeping under the bridges don't have no money. And I wanted to put some people in, but hell, I can't get through to any of the centers. Everybody got a board on. So check your numbers and text me and let me know what you got.
No problem. Give me about 5 to 10 minutes and I'll text you on this line.
Okay, thank you, man. All right.
No problem. All right.
What? What?
Ooh, you gonna give me a good laugh at least once.
What I do? I don't give a fuck about no teachers.
That's not nice.
I don't give a fuck.
That's not nice.
Shit. Them motherfuckers won.
Stop it.
See, that's all politicians. That's all politicians do. They is have a motherfucking meeting. They have a meeting to talk about when they're gonna have the next goddamn meeting. We're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. Okay, we just came today to talk about we're gonna meet tomorrow. Shit. I don't give a fuck about you getting the goddamn vaccination. I don't. I ain't gonna even act like I care. I don't give a shit. You got people sleeping outdoors. You got people that are sleeping with children. And I remember a couple of years ago, I took a family. How many children they have? Didn't get in the mission. Didn't have the money. Took them to some people that I knew, fed them and got them jobs and all that. People need real help. These people don't give a fuck about you having no goddamn meeting. Shit. Man. You know, I don't care who I go from politicians all the time, so they're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. Motherfucker could be an icicle tonight. It's cold as a motherfucker out there. April 1st, get that number for me. Because I called her, I got so many numbers down here. I think their number was the 526-8403 number I called. See, that's all a politician does. It's me. Shit. I didn't even get to my subject. But hell, it's good. And I gotta be satisfied till I get done what I'm trying to do. Now I'm sorry. No, Pastor, I'm homeless. Man, you're on the phone. Where you homeless at? In Memphis? It's a wrong place. I didn't see Andrew.
Yes, you did. You say you were clown.
Well, if he was, if there was an ant, somebody I'd pull off. Goddamn, I was talking about it long enough. He didn't say shit. I don't do requests. Don't request to be on my goddamn show. This ain't that kind of rude poo ass show. Shit. Yeah, I got 2 feet of snow in Chicago. Who is this? You don't give a motherfucking name. I don't want to talk to you. Now, y'all just want to talk to talk. I ain't trying to just have no conversation.
Awesome.
Willie.
To accept, press
All right,
1.
what you want, Willie?
Yes, that is. I got a couple of warming centers that they open up there in the Memphis area, along with a couple of phone numbers for additional shelter. If you wanna reach out and try to.
What's the name? What's the name of the centers?
They got one at Hollywood Community Center.
That's
It's 15.
that's. I mean, everyone's aware that that's been ran by the city.
Okay, then they got the Ruth Tate Senior Center. So I don't know. That's probably
The
gonna be
who?
ran by the city as well.
I've never heard of it. What's the name of it?
Ruth, RUTH, TAT, Tate Senior Center at 1620 Marjorie Street. That's there in Memphis as well.
Give me the number.
So and they got 2 different numbers there for transportation. It's going to be 901 297 1680. And
Yep.
then they had another number here if you need locations of additional shelters. That's going to be 901 529 4545.
I'll give him a call, bro. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, and another thing, if you and I want to, if you can find somebody to put somebody up, I'll try to help out as well. So I'm out of work here at 4:00 today, my time. I'm here on the East Coast. You know, it's 50 degrees here. You guys are kissing it down.
Hey, no, don't even tell me about no 50 degrees. Huh? Don't rub it in.
Well, we usually get the bad weather, but I'll try to help somebody out too. If you can get through and if you can get through to somebody, I'll try to help put some people up too as well.
Thank you.
I'll be listening and we'll see what we can do.
All right. Lil Moses.
Thank you, man.
All right. I keep telling you motherfuckers, I don't send me no damn request to be on my video. I don't do that shit, man. This is a show. This is an actual show. Yeah. All right. Ed Ford Jr. is going to have someone call me after the show.
James Kelly.
All right, James Kelly, you keep dialing my number. What do you want?
You a pastor, but you ain't got your building open.
Man, fuck you, man. Suck out of my ass and get some real diarrhea shit. Drown, motherfucker. You's an ignorant son of a bitch.
my phone. Hello.
Is this a center? Is this a homeless shelter, ma'am?
No, this is Micah.
This is MIFA?
Yes, this is Micah.
Okay.
What are you seeking?
Well, ma'am, I'd like to speak to someone about getting a number on someone on a place where I can put some homeless people.
Okay, they have to go to the 1560, the Women's Center, Hollywood Community Center, or they have to go to the men's shelter for the men, and if it's a family, they need to go to 380 Washington B4, 4 o'clock.
Okay. What are they charging, ma'am?
Nothing.
Okay. Give me a number to the center, please. On Washington.
Hold on one second. Now, I don't think they have a number. Hold on one second. That's 380 Washington. Hold on one second. That's right behind the men's shelter. Hold on.
I'm really looking for one of the pain centers. These shelters that are free. And 527-1306. Do you have a direct number for the 1302? Do you have a direct number for the Memphis Union?
Let's see. It is a gun house.
The women's centers don't feed them, right? The women's centers don't feed them, do it?
No, the warming centers don't. The city centers don't feed. They let you sleep.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm trying to go through it. You want the men's shelter on? Okay. Okay, now for the men's shelter, that is 526 8403.
8403.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was really looking for the paying missions because I know the ones that are free are probably already full. And I
All
wanted
of
to.
them are free right now because with the men's, it's free for 4 nights, and after 4 nights, it's $6.
And which center is that, ma'am?
That's the 383 Poplar. That's the
Okay.
men's union.
And I'm talking about like Memphis Union Mission. I'm talking about like Calvary.
That's it. Okay, now Calvary is free for 3 nights, and after that it's $5 a night.
Okay. It's free for 3 nights, and then after that it's $5 a night.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. All right. Let me make those calls. Thank you so much, Sheriff.
All right.
Don't look like nobody working today but Michael.
Please hold while I try to connect you. Your call has been forwarded to the voicemail for.
All right. So we'll just see what we can do. That's all I know to do, y'all. That's all I know to do. And there are certain shelters I'm not going to send anybody to. I wouldn't send anybody to. Okay. But we have a deep poverty problem in this community, and I'm sure that you have those same problems in your communities all across the country. And we need to do something about some of these problems, some of these ills that we have in our community. But it bothers me to see that these places, you call for assistance and nobody's working, or you can't get through. It's going to get colder here in the city of Memphis than what it is already. Thank you, Demeter Hall and Quincy Jordan, for your donations to the ministry. It's going to get cold. I got it up on 74. So you ain't cut the heat down, have you?
Huh?
Did you cut the heat down?
Baby, I ain't even been
You better not be cutting no heat down.
See, I've been over here taking tests.
Because I am just as cold.
You just cold, mate.
Now you go back over there and cut it back up.
Look, I got my hand on one wine glass and the other one is up in the air. I'm just going to walk over here and tell you what you got your heat on.
I can't see around this corner.
Well, that ain't my fault. Okay. You got it on 74.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it's 74 degrees in here. So you want me to cut it up?
I just can't.
You want a blanket?
I can't.
You want something?
I was under the covers until I had to come out there and help you with your car. I couldn't lay there and look on the cameras and you was out there struggling with the car. I said, God damn, I got to quit taking my nap.
You know I'm a tomboy, so I like that kind of stuff. I was having fun. You just didn't want
You
me
in-
to.
yeah,
You didn't
well,
want me to go nowhere. That's all it was.
I didn't care. You went and got something to eat, didn't you? I'm having some buffalo fish tonight. Who I've been wanting some buffalo.
Because I was out of wine.
Okay.
You know.
But hey, that's what ministry is all about. Being prepared and ready to help somebody else. And that's what I do. And we'll see what we can do to help some people do what they need to do. If it means going to get some blankets, you know, if it means going to get some blankets and things of that nature. But it's going to take more than a goddamn blanket tonight. Shit, you need some wood to start a goddamn fire.
You know what? No, so you going to move this? You better go.
No, we ain't going to start no fire in this house.
Right. So you better
I got all this stuff set up. But ladies and gentlemen, that's what I'm all about. That's what I do. Okay, that's what I do. This evening I'll be back in talk show mode. I was in talk show mode before we got started. I'm just looking at some things. Go get them and let them say, what church, KJ? I don't even have a bill. Hell, goddamn it, that motherfucker ain't had no heat in it since November. I'm moving out of that motherfucker. Plus, if your dumb ass had been listening to the beginning of the show, churches can't just open up their doors and put people in their buildings. Okay? Churches can't do that. Why don't you get somebody and let them stay at your house? Okay? Yeah, you can always find something for somebody else to do. But what the fuck you doing? Yeah. Ignorant motherfuckers. Ooh, I can't stand dumb folk. This evening, at 7 o'clock, I'll be in talk show mode. And I want to throw something back on what you as women say. You say with your children that y'all a package deal because of your little children. Well, I want to throw it back at you this evening, if you don't mind. I'm looking at the subject now. Okay. Do you love your man enough, ladies, to be baby mama to all of his outside kids? You want your children to be a package deal, and the man got to accept the package deal. He got to do for your contents of your package. Well, what about his packages? He got 4, 5 children. Are you going to comb hair? Are you going to put bows and bowerettes and comb the little girl's hair? Will you be the babysitter for the baby mama? When Christmas comes, will you buy all his children toys? Or do you want your man to just take care of your children? Will you, as a woman, will you be the baby mama for all of his children, like you want him to be the baby daddy for all of your children? That's what I'm going to talk about. Okay? That's exactly what I'm going to talk about at 7 o'clock on this evening. Don't you miss it. You come on and be with me. It's about 2:30. I'd say 30 minutes over my time. Whatever we can do to help the homeless and those who are outdoors, this program and this ministry is prepared and ready with your assistance, my assistance. We're going to do what we have to do to help people. I wish that I had the contacts in other cities to be prepared to help people in other cities. That's the reason we're going global with my ministry, so that we can have contacts in other cities, like I have here in Memphis, to be able to help people in Atlanta, in Chicago, in Houston, where I can pick up the phone and say, look, I got some people that need your assistance. We've checked these people out. They're okay. They need your assistance. That's what going global means. It don't mean just preaching on a Sunday morning. It means being there and administering hope, administering help to people in the community. Any of you that need to get in contact with me, please do so. cussingpastor@gmail.com. cussingpastor@gmail.com. You can send me an email with your name and your number on it, and I'll get in contact with you. If you have a good show idea, you can also send me an email Cussing Pastor Member. Cussing Pastor Member at gmail.com. All right. Join me back on this evening, and I'll be in rap form again like we were last night. We had over about 5,000 people to tune into the show last night. 3,000 just on Facebook all by itself. Thank you so very much for being here. I'm going to take me some rest. I got out of bed early because I had to go out there and help my fiance get the car. I was laying up there at first. And she went and found my Eskimo coat. Where my coat at? Bring me my coat, that coat. Let me show the people this nice coat I got. It's heavy.
The coat bigger than me.
Yeah, the coat was way bigger than you. I got this coat. Bring it around this way. I got this coat. I got this coat. It's made for the Eskimos. I got this coat in 2006 going to the inauguration. It's heavy, it's thermal, it's got inside pockets. Hum, baby, come take this back.
It came down to my ankles.
Yeah. She's a little bit of thing, except for that ass. And keep you warm too.
Yes, that is good.
Yeah. So, we just do what we do, y'all. We just do what we do. All right. Join me this evening. We'll have a ball on this evening. We got to do that for me. But please, if you need me, send your email. cussingpastormember at gmail.com. cussingpastormember at gmail. All right, I'm going to let you go. Sorry I can't stay and give you no more, but I'm tired, and I'll be back this evening. Thank you so much for being here.